Okay. First things first, I need to get this heating up. Because that's gotta come up to a simmer in order to cook our cabbage leaves so that they can be used as rolls. You need to par cook them so that they'll roll. It's not super complicated, but... Did I still not... I thought I grabbed the ground goat. There it is. Okay, we are making stuffed cabbage rolls. The in-game recipe for these there is pearl sprouts, which are a type of cabbage. In-game, Loagton chump, chicken stock, tomato sauce, and volcanic rock salt. Now, Loagton is an in-game creature. There is a breed of animal, IRL, called that. But this thing... The real-life animal is a sheep. This is kind of crossing the sheep-goat. And given what stuffed cabbage rolls are, I thought it was more of a goat. I've already subjected Vamp to mutton once, I think. So... we're making this with goat. If it wants to open for me. I love the peel corners that super duper peel. They're my favorite part of modern packaging. Peel here. Stop lying. Not just free range. Free-range ground goat from Thomas Farms. I don't know. Walked into Wegmans, found this. I went, sounds about right. So, while that heats up, we are going to work on putting together the filling for this. We start with goat. We're going to mix into that. This is washed rice. I had sushi. You really should be using long grain, but use what you got. It should still work. I hope. Please still work. I did not realize until I went looking like 5 minutes ago that all of my rice is short grain. Sushi and arborio. Everything I got. That top layer needs to be peeled. Yeah, it is a very small onion. I went into my fridge, I found an onion. I'm probably going to need another. I'm pretty sure I have another onion in the fridge underneath me. But these were in the same drawer as the cabbage, so I'm just kind of like, these probably need to be used. They're still good. No sense just having them sit around. So this recipe that I'm working off of calls for 2 cups of onions, but I'm cutting it in half because it calls for 2 pounds of ground meat, and I only have 1. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. Yes, we're doing math. And yeah, those 2 are about half a cup combined. Pretty sure, yep. That's a far more normal sized onion. My electronic screwdriver just tried to attack me. If you heard a big crash, that's what it was. It had nothing to do with cats, surprisingly. That should be the other half a cup, which means we've got this half an onion that'll just be sitting around. Yeah. That's just about a cup. Then we also need a cup of bell pepper. Get out of my way. Oh, I had another tiny onion, apparently. Nope, no tall onions. No long olives. I have a feeling I bought a lot of things forgetting that this recipe called for 2 pounds of meat and I only bought 1, so I'm gonna have like twice of what I need for a bunch of things. Oh well. Not like I can't find a use for onions and tomato sauce and green peppers. Right back. Don't entirely know what the hell is in my water, but that needs to come out. Vaguely looked like cat fur, but I don't know how the hell it would have gotten in there. Besides the fact that I have a cat, and therefore cat fur gets everywhere. But this was in a cupboard. You know what? I wouldn't even put it past him. Snuck into a closed cupboard for a nap. Honestly, mood, kinda. Sounds like something I'd do. I need something... I think we overfilled this pan a little bit. Taking the first couple of leaves off. They just wanted to be with you that day. Because you wear a lot of black clothing, Mel? Yeah, I thought it looked pretty decent. Just grabbed the best looking cabbage I could find at the store. Just want a green cabbage with decent sized leaves. We're just like... So one way to do this that I've seen is you just take it leaf by leaf and give them like 30 seconds a minute per leaf and just cook them that way. The recipe is saying just stick the whole head in, give it a couple minutes. Our pan is not as large as the cabbage wants. So we're gonna have to like roll it around a little bit. Come on, knife. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of choice as far as my the pant portion of my wardrobe goes. But yeah, white definitely stands out on it too. Two cloves of garlic in with this. There's that portion. To this, we need to add tomato paste. Come back, Mr. Tomato Paste Lid. I want a decent amount of this. Honestly, this is going to be a lot of the moisture for cooking the rice. We're just going to finish that tube off. There's a little bit missing from there to begin with. And then a little cayenne, a little. Not the amount Archon would generally add, which is a lot, but a little, because people besides Archon have to eat this. And this is allspice. Okay, so that... I need salt. My salt is out here. salt. Okay, and then we're gonna break up the goat. You can do this by hand if you want. Honestly, easier to do it by hand. Just want this all kind of mixed together. Make sure everything's bound. This doesn't call for any egg, does it? Nope, surprisingly. This is pretty forgiving because most of what we're looking for there is to just be able to like roll the cabbage around our filling. There. That's together. That means our hands are covered in raw meat. And now they're not. The magic of washing your hands. A fork. I want to test this. Nope. Can get started. Just want a thin layer of sauce to the bottom. You want them steaming in the sauce, not so much being cooked by the pan. I could use a little bit more. But as we add layers of it, we're gonna be pouring tomato over the top. Now, I'm staring at the chicken sauce in this recipe, the chicken stock in this recipe, and going, how the hell am I putting that in? If I'd been thinking, I would have thawed some of the chicken stock I made from matzo ball soup and used a little bit of that mixed in with the the filling mixture. But I did not think of that. And it would take too long to thaw it at this point. So we are taking a chicken bouillon cube, mixing it up with a little bit of our boiling water for the cabbage. The outside is definitely good to go. Yeah, I might switch to the version where you like cook the leaves one by one. That should at least give us so that leaf went to shit. Switch sides. You can guess how many times I've actually made this. Nice hefty spoonful. Yeah, it's basically just tiny burritos. Now I seem to have not enough water in here. Okay. You know, we take some water out to do one method. That one's not doing the best, and now we don't have enough water. If I had a larger pot, this method would work better. The whole head would work better, but... we shall see how it turns out. Are any of you... base here really doesn't want to, like, break. Can I just, like, take the bottom off here? There. That should help me in the long term. Trying to find where it wants to peel. Where the next layer is when you get down to here is the fun part. The further in you get, the harder it is visually to see the next layer of leaves. Basically... I mean, this is working pretty well so far for what I did do. There's gonna be a point where it's not cooked enough. That's a sentence, Mel. But yeah, it does kind of look like a brain. Don't want it too loose, but don't want it too tight. There's further comments that can be made on that sentence, but I wouldn't make them. You're probably not going to want to... If you use tofu, I wouldn't strain it out too much, because you do need the moisture. You can start from cooking the rice. That would help a lot in terms of that. I'm doing raw rice because I feel like it, and you can when you have as much moisture as I'm working in. Roasted root veggies I'd view more as like an additive to it. I think your best bet in terms of like a vegan alternative here is probably seitan. Especially if you can like... Is seitan something you can grate? I'm trying to remember. But like... I think seitan, I'm mostly thinking it because it would just be like a little bit more sturdy. My major concern with using like beans would be just how it would hold together, because the meat's providing a lot of substance here. Like, everything cooks inside of the meat. Like, I'm sure there's a vegetarian or vegan stuffed roll. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is, like, pure vegan, I don't know. Vegetarian, I'd probably cover for some of the binding the meat is doing with the addition of egg. But yeah, I'd view roasted root veggies more as an additive to it, like taking the place of or building on top of the bell peppers, the onions in this. I mean, you might... There's a... Could probably do like a black bean burger filling. Make like a black bean burger and use that as your filling. That holds together pretty well without any additives. I haven't made a black bean burger in 20 years? 15, 20 years, something like that. Just like, not my thing. I am not even going to begin to tell someone that there's anything wrong with a black bean burger. I eat meat, so I don't... Yeah, like, well, at the end of the day, what's falafel but a chickpea burger? Garbanzo burger. Like, an herbed one. They're both that same, like, we're using the bean pureed as our binding. Yeah, black bean burgers tend to be spiced, whereas falafel tends to be herbed, but you're kind of in that same idea. This is causing me problems. I want you a little bit further up. Fold, pull, fold, fold, roll. Tiny burrito. I think the last time I made falafel, I don't know if I've ever made falafel from scratch, actually. I made mixes. I don't want that root end, it's too stiff. But like, at the end of the day, this is kind of meatloaf, which is not that far from a burger, so just about anything that's gonna act like a burger can take its place in here. That one might have been a little bit on the loose side. You know what I should have done at the start of this? Preheated the oven. It'll still be ready before I need it. Next time I just cut off the root before I stick it in the water at all. for a second there. I thought I'd forgotten to leave Idleshire, but nope. I am in my apartment. Okay, like I said, we've got layer 1 down. I've got tomato sauce everywhere. Thanks. Well, layer 1 down means I've got to add tomato sauce. It is almost ad break time, but we don't really take ad breaks on the cooking streams because the cooking doesn't let me walk away for 3 minutes. Gonna see. How well I can peel these. They're peeling, they're clearly gonna need... Some of these aren't usable, too. Cabbage always looks like brain. on. Get under the water, please. Thank you. Yeah, this section's being fun to work with. Fortunately, we are very, very close to the end of our meet. It was okay. I messed up a few times. Made some really boneheaded mistakes, but the end result still turned out fine. Animal Kind is a great game. I'm playing more of it. There's a fine. Oh, yeah, there is a hidden object sale going on right now, isn't there? Planet Full of Cats also just released. Newest game from DevCats, which, if you've been around for any amount of time, you know I usually play those pretty damn quickly. Fun. Oh, I think I got 2 more, which is why I got 2 more pieces of cabbage in here. This 1 piece of cabbage or 2? Not 1, it's just folded over weird. I knew the new game came out. I didn't realize there was like a full-on sale on the genre. Don't want to let those peppers and onions go to waste. what I do still have now is this. And I don't want this to go to waste. We've got all this space around the edge. Foil. And some salt. Don't need that quite yet. I just want to kind of the same thing I did. Yeah, cabbage is a really underrated vegetable. Like, treated well, it is damn delicious. This, however, is getting a little full for that. So, Sully just said, sounds like a good idea. We're gonna saute the rest of this up. And just some, like, butter, salt, and pepper. Always the fun part of cooking cabbage. No recipe ever uses the entire head. Yes, that is a large knob. I don't care. We're going to cover this in foil. Cabbage. There are very few places cabbage can't go. We're going to stick this in the oven while that continues to melt. And this is going to have 75 minutes, hour and a half, somewhere around there. It's currently 6:15. So, earliest we're checking that, 7:30. Got a little bit of a brown on the butter. This is going to cook out a decent amount of water. You can also cook your cabbage with some beer if you want. That was just cayenne, allspice, let the butter brown a little bit, salt, black pepper. We're just going to cook that until it browns off. Trying to wipe up a little bit. There's a decent chance I forgot to put more tomato over the top. I'm going to drop the heat on this way down while I go and deal with that. I will take a... You're going to make me take it out of the oven to take a picture? I already have to unwrap it, I guess. Pepper made me seize. Okay, fine. Fine, Mel. Fine. I'll be right back. It's not even hot yet. I don't know why I'm holding the... oven mitts. Garlic, hot pepper flakes, salt, pepper, and thyme. Yeah, that does sound good. Yeah, I need a touch out of the second container and a spoon. There, that one you want, Mel? You happy? Okay, back in the oven for real this time. Hi, Twinkling. Sorry. It'll be coming back out when it's done. It's just going in the oven right now. About an hour and a half. No, that one's not gonna work. Is this a twist off? It is. Whoa. Okay, I guess the whole thing's going in there. That went well. I only made a little bit of a mess. Hey, takeout pizza is great. You have decent takeout pizza around you, and that's what you have the energy for. At least you ordered. So that's just a blue moon I put into this. And we're gonna cook that until the beer cooks down, and then that's our cabbage. Because I just had a blue moon on my table, and it was staring at me, and I went, what the fuck? So this is the cabbage we had left at the end of making the cabbage rolls. Salt, pepper, cayenne, allspice, butter, and blue moon. This is the waste is not allowed portion. I don't know that I've ever had one either, but Vamp has had them plenty and they exist in the game, so. So we're gonna go back. Cabbage rolls. I'm waiting for an answer here. Yeah, the goat really doesn't like get eaten up in anything else. It's really easy to overcook the cabbage in this. Mel. 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 Beat you to it. Yes, Vamp, I'm going to get you more. She's just following me out here. Can you grab me another plate? Small. I want to get one of the ones that are in... I'm good. Because they're the outer leaves. Okay, 2 more pictures. There. I think she likes it.